from Houston, Texas. I have about 7 brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest of my family, the last on the totem pole. And I fell into acting at the age of like 7. I remember at E.A. Jones Elementary, I was sitting in my music teacher's class and she was getting ready to prepare for auditions for a musical. And she was just really teaching the kids the song. And we got to one particular song. It was from the lead, and it was a Christmas production. And so we started singing the song, and she stops the entire class and she says, "Julian, keep singing." So I keep singing the song, and she was like, "Okay, now everyone continue to sing." So we go back to singing, and we finish off the rest of the class thinking that it's over, it's done with. She stops me after class and she was like, "I want you to be in my musical. You think your parents will let you?" And I was like, "I don't know, but let's do it." So that was the beginning for me. That was the beginning. And since then, going into middle school, going into high school, and even in college, just really focusing on acting, and then also kind of focusing on the behind the scenes work as well. So light operation, soundboard operation. And it wasn't until I got to college at Sam Houston State University to where I started to write, produce, and direct my own original material. So currently involved with, as far as projects is concerned, I just finished last night. We had an amazing production of Soul Purpose. This is a show that's going on tour, so it's been a joy just to kind of be a part of that production. Now moving on, I am casted as well as directing season 2 of Southern Truths, which is an amazing production. So I don't want to say, I'm super excited for that project. Like, I can't wait till it gets here, can't wait till it starts. We're in pre-production, so getting everything kind of moving and grooving has been a joy, and I'm anticipating greatness from that particular show. And then also at the top of the year, I will be in a stage production entitled Underneath the Covers, On Top of the Contract. And this is going to be a gospel stage play, and I'm kind of excited about that as well. This will be another opportunity for me to work with some amazing talent in DFW. A good friend of mine, Alexandra Warfield, as well as Christy Drones, and her daughters will be in this production, so I'm looking forward to it. The hardest character that I ever portrayed. Believe it or not, I believe that it was a toss-up between the show that I just completed, which was Bound by Choices, and the character's name was Mike. And the reason that I say that was a difficult role for me is because Mike at one point he had lost his temper, and he had to put his hands on his wife. And so every time we got to that particular scene, it got awkward for me. Just because that's not who I am personally. And so having to really go there and really dive into making that a believable scene and making it realistic as possible, that was a challenge. But luckily I had my castmates and my director who kind of helped me out with that particular role. So that was a joy for me as well. And another role I think was Midsummer Night's Dream. It's a William Shakespeare production. Now, William Shakespeare is a phenomenal playwright, and this is more of a classical playwright, and so his dialect is not typical, and it's not modern at all. So this is a very time period piece, and I think that was my first William Shakespeare production. I think having to get into that character, I played Nicholas Bottom, who is an actor in that production, but he also somehow in the scene he gets transformed into an ass. And so he becomes this ass of the show and then transforms back into himself, which is just a regular arrogant actor. And I think that role probably was one of the most challenging roles, just because it's a Shakespeare piece and you just have to kind of get used to the dialect and flow of the scene and everything. So I watch a lot of people. I don't think that there is an actor or a scene out there that I can't pull from. Of course, I'm looking at some of the greatest people like Denzel Washington, Will Smith, who is a phenomenal actor, Michael B. Jordan, And so these are some of the people that I'm kind of looking at all the time, and watching their movies and watching their interviews and just kind of following their path, just to kind of see some of the things that they deal with as a black actor, as well as some of the things that they've had to overcome to get to that point to where they are. So they all do amazing work, and I only aspire to be put into a scene with either one of them, because that would be a dream for me. In this industry still, whether it is on the screen, on stage, or behind the screen, or backstage, I am going to be in this industry. One thing that I learned a very long time ago is that it's not always about what happens on the stage. The real magic happens behind the screen, behind the stage. So where there's the light coordination, there's the sets, there is the sound, and all of these intricate parts that kind of play into putting this masterpiece of artwork on a stage or on the screen. And so as long as I'm involved in that, I'm a happy man.